This is Bloomberg Crypto, a daily Bloomberg iHeart podcast.
And I'm Valdana Hyrick, in today for Stacey Marie Ishmael. It's Thursday, March 2nd. Most crypto enthusiasts pride themselves on being tech visionaries. After all, they were among the first to back innovative blockchain technologies and embrace things like Web3 and NFTs. But now there's a new innovation that's captured the public imagination, and it's getting a ton of buzz in the crypto world as well. You guessed it, it's ChatGPT. Late last year, OpenAI's new chatbot sparked a conversation about the future of artificial intelligence. People on the internet were going crazy about its ability to craft human-like responses and even ace an exam from Wharton. Ever since, AI-linked crypto tokens have been on a rapid rise. At one point in early February, tokens from decentralized AI companies like SingularityNet and SingularityDAO soared over the span of just a couple of days. But as the fervor grows, so do the concerns. And some industry insiders are warning investors against being too bullish. So what exactly are AI tokens and how can they shape the industry? Bloomberg reporter Hannah Miller joins us now to discuss. Hannah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I was hoping we would just start out with you laying out for us what exactly an AI crypto token even is.
Well, to be frank here, I think we're still figuring out what exactly the definition of a crypto AI token is. You know, this is a very new space, a very nascent space, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see how crypto and AI intersect. But right now, the way I'm thinking of it is that these crypto AI tokens belong to a project that uses both blockchain and artificial intelligence in some way. So there's this really cool project called The Graph. They've been around for years, but we've seen a lot of interest in their token rise because they do have this connection to AI. They're looking into using artificial intelligence to make it easier to search and organize blockchain data.
So is the idea that people are taking advantage of this new trend and trying to build out tokens or projects around it?
Yeah, I mean, within the tech industry, people are always looking for what the next big thing is. So I feel like over the past 2 years or so, it was crypto. Everything was about blockchain. You had crypto startups raising money at huge valuations. You had the price of Bitcoin soaring. All of that has changed within the past year. And now people are kind of moving on to the next thing. So I feel like within crypto, a lot of projects are kind of maybe trying to seize upon an association with AI in order to stay relevant. And they want to use AI and kind of climb on top of that hype that is surrounding artificial intelligence and integrate it into their own crypto and blockchain projects.
And that's really what it comes down to so frequently with a lot of things within crypto is just trying to build up hype around different things. I know I've spent a bunch of time on different crypto researcher websites who sort of create lists of some of these AI tokens. And I'm just looking at all of their prices. And I remember in early February, some of them were up like 200, 300%. So maybe can you tell us about how crypto enthusiasts, maybe small-time crypto investors have been responding to these new tokens?
Yeah, so I think they kind of see artificial intelligence as a lifeline. You know, this is the new fad. Everyone's excited about ChatGPT. You know, this is dominating headlines. The broader tech industry is in the middle of a slowdown. It's not just crypto. I think with AI, it's kind of seen as sort of a revival of interest in investing in tech, despite, you know, market downturns. So with these new projects, I think people are looking for opportunities where crypto and AI can be used in gaming, cybersecurity, decentralized finance, you know, areas that are hot within crypto, but definitely have room for improvement. And they're sort of seeing AI as a way to do that.
I know nothing about how this is happening in the gaming world or the metaverse world. So yeah, anything you can tell us or anything colorful about this would be very interesting.
So yeah, I think with gaming, I mean, that's always like a fun area that I love to talk about. It's been really interesting to see sort of this combination of the three biggest buzzwords in recent memory, which is crypto, AI, and the metaverse. And, you know, I think with a lot of these terms, like I said, we're still trying to figure out like what exactly the metaverse is and what actually is the definition of this term, because I feel like so many different companies and projects have thrown out their own versions of the metaverse. But with using AI, the metaverse, and crypto, we've seen 8 different companies combine in these 3 different areas to form a single entity called Futureverse. So that happened in December. And I thought that was really interesting because it shows, you know, they have these high ambitions. They're combining efforts. Some of these projects have been around for a while and, you know, are teaming up. And basically, they want to create this virtual world that uses both blockchain and artificial intelligence. And I think they're still, you know, kind of figuring out what exactly that means. A different project, so this is a pretty big name in crypto gaming, Immutable X. They're, you know, big in blockchain gaming development. They are actually using AI looking into using AI to design in-game graphics. Like they're pulling stuff from, you know, online from virtual worlds and kind of using that to design what the imagery of a virtual world in a game would look like. So it's pretty cool to see, you know, there's already some big names hopping on the crypto AI bandwagon. So there are a lot of people who have high hopes for, you know, this intersection of crypto AI and think that it's more than hype.
I like what actually our producer put together for us for the outline for this episode. She said, crypto is tired, AI is wired. I think that encapsulates it maybe best in terms of just some of the excitement around this. Tell us how people are actually responding to some of these projects, or even from like an investor standpoint. When you're talking to people, are they thinking that this is a fad? This is something that's going to be very short-lived, or does it maybe have more sticking power?
No, when I talk to people, they're very excited about
really?
Crypto and AI combining. Yeah, and I actually have, you know, talked to firms. They're looking into hiring people who, you know, have more of a background in AI and can sort of bring that expertise, even if the firm is crypto native to begin with. I've also just been getting, you know, pitches in my own inbox on, you know, new projects that use AI. And I see these terms come up, you know, like machine learning and, you know, they have this model, you know, and it's been very fun to see these emails come up, because some of these projects, I think they're very new. They're just starting out, and, you know, it's still early days, but there's definitely a lot of excitement here. I've been thinking a lot about the Portlandia episode where they have the skit where it's like, put a bird on it. And it's just like a shop that puts like a little bird. Yes. And I've been thinking about this in terms of like, put AI on it. You know, people just want to slap on an AI label in order to drum up interest because it is so hot right now. Definitely people I talk to are excited about it and have high hopes and see AI as maybe a way to push crypto forward, you know, to move beyond scandals like the collapse of FTX, the implosion of 3 Hours Capital. You know, they're seeing AI as a way that can still keep crypto relevant and on people's minds despite declining coin prices.
Okay, what about the AI tokens themselves? I even have asked a bunch of people about this, you know, people who pay attention to the market very closely. Do they have warning signs, or do they sort of see an AI token as an extremely speculative investment, something that can rally 300% over a couple of days and then crash, you know, just as much over the next, you know, the following days? Is that the sense from investors within the space or people who are watching the space, that maybe people should be very careful about investing in these tokens?
Yeah, I think the people I speak to, you know, they do pretty intense research. I mean, these are venture capitalists who, you know, want to make sure that they are making a good bet. It's obvious that for just some retail investors, they don't necessarily do the do their research. One example, Coinbase has announced the launch of its new blockchain, its new base blockchain. And you saw prices of tokens that were called like base, even though these were tokens that had nothing to do with the Coinbase blockchain. You saw these prices soar, on this announcement. If you did your own research, you would figure out that there's no association here between these base tokens and what Coinbase is doing. So it's things like that the industry is going to have to grapple with. The fact of the matter is like there's still such volatility within crypto. But yeah, it's going to be hard to sort of cut through the noise when you have all these different projects coming up, claiming to use AI and that they have this token or that token. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Up next, more with Bloomberg reporter Hannah Miller on how AI tokens are the new buzz in crypto. We'll be right back. Well, you and I are on the same wavelength because I wanted to ask you about the stuff that's happening with Coinbase and the base tokens, where it does seem like maybe sometimes some of these things pop up because people know or inherently understand that you need new people and new investors coming into the market. Is that the sense? Is that sort of the right idea behind this?
Yeah, no. I think so. That people want fresh blood in the industry. There still is always going to be the battle to get crypto to be more mainstream, to onboard, your average consumer into the space. And yeah, I think maybe some projects, some investors believe like, okay, well, it's good that people are buying up these tokens, even if, maybe the use case isn't clear or maybe they're a little sketchy, because it shows that there's still interest in the space, that people still want to take advantage of blockchain and, want their own piece of the pie and believe that, the prices of these tokens are going to go up. So I do think this does help drive bullishness. But again, there is a cost here. It's like, what if these projects turn out to be a rug pull or, just something really fake and stupid? And, then you have people left in the lurch. So even though there is this rising popularity, there is still this threat that people are going to fall victim to scams and things like that. And it's also, going to bring greater regulatory attention. We still have a very unclear crypto regulatory landscape. And, these kinds of scenarios where people are buying up tokens and then get screwed over, that's just fodder for regulators to kind of step in and say, hey, this keeps happening in the industry. We've already had all this other stuff happen. We need to crack down.
What about thinking very far ahead, like, not the next couple of weeks, but just in terms of thinking about the future? What could AI technology, do you think, mean for the future of the crypto industry?
Look, if they can use artificial intelligence effectively with blockchain, I think it would be a big deal. AI, I think, is going to continue to gain traction, over the next few years. And whether that'll help bring about a renaissance for crypto, I think that's a distinct possibility. But it's still very, like, both these industries are still very nascent. People are still figuring out what the best use cases are for blockchain. I was talking with a, crypto executive the other day, who was saying that the best use case for blockchain clearly isn't going to be in finance because of these regulatory hurdles. It's going to be in culture. It's going to be in gaming. It's going to be in music. It's going to be in art. It's going to be in NFTs. So, it's kind of hard to tell, again, like what the best use case for blockchain is going to be. But if AI can help people figure that out, yeah, that's a huge asset.
Do you want to know a secret?
Yes.
I had ChatGPT write out all of the questions I was going to ask you on this podcast. I'm just kidding.
You're killing me. You're killing me. Oh my God. Hey, as long as the chatbot doesn't fall in love with you, you're good.
Oh my gosh, I saw that story. Yeah, I do not want it falling in love with me. No, thank you. But thank you, Hannah, so much for joining us on the podcast today.
No, thank you for having me.
That was Bloomberg reporter Hannah Miller. You can find more of her reporting on the Bloomberg terminal and on Bloomberg.com. For more, be sure to check out our twice-weekly newsletter, Bloomberg Crypto.
This is Bloomberg Crypto, a daily podcast from Bloomberg and iHeartRadio. For more shows from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Send us your comments, questions, or suggestions for the show to crypto@bloomberg.net. The supervising producer of Bloomberg Crypto is Vicky Vergolina. Our senior producer is Janet Babin. Our producers are Mohammed Farouk and Sharon Barrero. Our associate producers are Ty Butler and Moses Undum. Desta Wonderad is our engineer. Original music by Leo Sidran. I'm Stacey Marie Ishmael. We'll be back tomorrow.